They say heroes fear death. Ragnar Lothbrok proved the opposite the day King Ælla threw him into the pit of serpents. As Ragnar fell, he didn't scream. He laughed. A cold, sharp laugh that echoed through the stone walls of the Northumbrian keep. The snakes curled around him, striking again and again, but Ragnar looked at them the way a wolf looks at a harmless flock. With his last breath, he spoke a single prophecy: how the little pigs will grunt when they hear how the old boar suffered. A message, a code, a war cry meant for one audience only: his sons. Sons who were not ordinary men. They were storms wrapped in flesh. Ivar the Boneless, the mind sharper than any blade. Bjorn Ironside, the hammer of the north. Sigurd Snake in the Eye, the child of prophecy. Ubba the Furious, a walking tempest. And when news of Ragnar's death reached them, something ancient awakened. Not grief, not sorrow, but vengeance. They swore a single oath beneath the iron skies of Denmark: to raise the greatest army the world had ever seen, and to drown England in the roar of Ragnar's revenge. The message spread like fire across the north. Ragnar was dead, and the sons of the old boar were coming. Villages emptied, farms fell silent. Every warrior who had ever sworn loyalty to the Lothbrok sharpened his axe and marched to the coast. Ivar the Boneless drew the first plan. A strike so vast it would crush kingdoms before they even realized they were at war. Bjorn Ironside gathered raiders from the frozen edges of Norway, men who had survived storms that ate whole fleets. Sigurd Snake in the Eye walked among seers and rune readers, seeking omens written in blood, bone, and fire. And Ubba, wild, furious Ubba, trained the berserkers, men who fought like wolves trapped inside human skin. For weeks, the coastline shook. Axes rang, ships multiplied. Hammers struck iron until the nights glowed red from the heat of new forged blades. Then one morning, the sea turned black. Not from storm clouds, but from sails. Hundreds of longships, row upon row, lined the horizon. No king in England had ever seen an army like this. This was not a raid, not revenge, not grief. This was a reckoning. England woke to a nightmare. Sails, black, red, bone white, covered the horizon like a rising wall. Villagers ran to the cliffs, thinking a storm was coming. But what they saw was worse than any storm. The sons of Ragnar had arrived. Ivar, the Boneless, was the first to touch English soil, carried forward on a shield like a king of war. His eyes scanned the land the way a hawk scans prey. Bjorn Ironside struck next. He led the charge through the surf, smashing into the English shield walls so hard that men dropped weapons before he even reached them. I walked calmly among the chaos, whispering omens as if he'd already seen the outcome written in blood. Ubba unleashed. He tore through the battlefield with the fury of a chain storm finally broken free. The first towns fell in hours. Monasteries burned. Kings panicked. Messengers rode in terror, shouting the same words everywhere. The Great Heathen Army is here. And for the first time in generations, England realized the truth. This was not a raid, or vengeance, or plunder. This was an invasion meant to rewrite the map. And the sons of Ragnar were only getting started. The Great Heathen Army didn't slow down. It rolled across England like iron on fire. Fortress after fortress fell. Villages vanished. Not from slaughter, from fear. People simply ran before the sons of Ragnar ever arrived. King Ælla tried to hold the north. He gathered what men he could, calling them to York, but his voice shook, and everyone heard it. Ivar the Boneless was already there. His mind cut through the walls of the city long before his warriors did. He predicted every gate, every weakness, every hesitation. Bjorn Ironside struck first. He broke the English shield wall as if it were dry branches, sending men tumbling backwards in terror. Sigurd Snake in the Eye moved through the chaos calmly, the runes on his blade glowing red in the firelight. Ubba was a storm, a force of nature in human form, roaring through the battlefield with unstoppable fury. Work fell in a single day. King Ælla fled to the far side of the river, hoping the marshes would stop the Vikings. They didn't. The sons of Ragnar captured him before sunset. Not with rage, not with cruelty, but with the cold precision of men fulfilling a prophecy. Ælla finally understood Ragnar's last words. The little pigs had come, and they weren't done yet.
When King Ælla was dragged before the sons of Ragnar, England held its breath. No one spoke. No one dared to. Ælla looked at them, 4 men shaped by fire, battle, and prophecy, and finally understood why Ragnar had died laughing. Ivar the Boneless stepped forward first. His voice was calm, almost gentle, as he said only one sentence. "My father sends his regards." Bjorn Ironside raised Ragnar's own axe, the one they had sworn to carry until vengeance was complete. The sight of it made Ælla collapse to his knees. Sigurd, snake in the eye, recited the prophecy, each rune like a hammer striking fate. The sons of the old boar will come for the king who betrayed him. And Ubba? Ubba didn't speak. He simply stared at Ælla the way a storm looks at a tree it's already decided to break. The reckoning was swift. Not cruel, not drawn out, just the cold fulfillment of a promise Ragnar had carved into the world with his final breath. When it was done, the brothers carried their father's banner through the gates of York. Some say the wind changed direction that day. Others say history did. England bent, kingdoms fell, and the Great Heathen Army became a legend so vast that even kings whispered their names in fear. Because vengeance ends, but the story of Ragnar Lothbrok never does.